Title: Taylor Swift in tears after Travis Kelce shocks her with $30 million engagement ring. It was a crisp December evening in Kansas City, and Taylor Swift was wrapping up her latest leg of the *Eras tour. The sold-out crowd was still buzzing in the arena as she climbed into a sleek black SUV. Her boyfriend, NFL superstar Travis Kelce, was waiting for her at an undisclosed location, insisting on a private celebration. Taylor thought it was odd. Travis wasn't usually the mysterious type. He loved grand gestures but was typically an open book. Tonight, however, he had been unusually cryptic, sending her texts all day like, "You'll never forget this night, bring your lucky charm." When Taylor arrived, she was greeted by the warm glow of fairy lights strung across a secluded rooftop garden overlooking the Kansas City skyline. The air was filled with the soft strumming of her own song, Lover*, played by a live string quartet. Travis stood at the center of it all, looking dapper in a tailored suit. But what truly caught Taylor's attention was the dazzling display of flowers, roses, lilies, and her favorite, daisies, all arranged to form a giant heart around him. "Travis, what's going on?" Taylor asked, her voice trembling with curiosity. Travis smiled, his usual playful demeanor replaced with a rare seriousness. "You've been my biggest cheerleader, my muse, and my best friend," he began, his deep voice steady but filled with emotion. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small velvet box. The world seemed to slow as he dropped to one knee. "Taylor Allison Swift," he said, opening the box to reveal a jaw-dropping engagement ring, a massive 25-carat pink diamond surrounded by a halo of white diamonds, all set in platinum. The ring was rumored to be worth $30 million, a piece of art fit for a queen. Taylor gasped, her hands flying to her mouth as tears welled up in her eyes. "Oh my God, Travis," she whispered, her voice cracking. "I love you more than words can say," he continued. "I want to spend the rest of my life making you as happy as you've made me. Will you marry me?" Taylor was overwhelmed, her tears flowing freely. The moment felt like a dream, too perfect to be real. She knelt down to meet him, their eyes locked. "Yes," she said, her voice barely audible but filled with certainty. "A million times, yes." The rooftop erupted in cheers as their families and close friends emerged from the shadows, having witnessed the magical moment. Travis slipped the ring onto her finger, and it sparkled like a star under the lights. As they embraced, Taylor whispered, "You've outdone even my wildest dreams, Travis." But the night wasn't over. Travis, always the showman, had one more surprise. The string quartet shifted into a lively rendition of * Shake It Off as a fireworks display lit up the sky. The couple danced under the sparkling lights, their love story now cemented as one of the most iconic in Hollywood history. Fans would later call it the proposal of the decade, and Taylor would immortalize the moment in a song titled Forever Yours. For now, though, Taylor and Travis were simply two people madly in love, dreaming of their forever. Title: Taylor Swift in tears after Travis Kelce shocks her with $30 million engagement ring, *. It was a chilly evening in New York City, the skyline sparkling under a blanket of stars. Taylor Swift, dressed in a simple yet elegant black dress, walked hand in hand with her boyfriend, Travis Kelce. The two had been inseparable for months, their connection undeniable. Everyone had their eyes on them, waiting for the moment when they'd confirm their relationship was more than just a fleeting romance. As they strolled through Central Park, the sound of their footsteps echoed in the quiet. Taylor smiled, but something felt different tonight. There was a nervous energy in the air, as if Travis had something monumental planned. She couldn't quite put her finger on it, but she sensed it. "Travis, what's going on? Why do you seem so tense?" she asked, looking up at him. Travis grinned sheepishly but didn't answer right away. Instead, he led her to a secluded spot by the Bethesda Terrace, where the soft murmur of water flowing from the fountain filled the air. The park was nearly empty at this hour, providing the perfect backdrop for what was about to unfold. "Taylor," Travis began, his voice low and steady, "there's something I need to ask you. You know how much you mean to me, right?" Taylor's heart skipped a beat, her curiosity piqued. She nodded, squeezing his hand gently. "You've changed my life in ways I never thought possible," he continued. "I've never met anyone like you. Someone who sees me for who I am, who believes in me, who makes me believe in myself more than anyone else ever has." Taylor's eyes began to well up with emotion. She had never heard him speak so vulnerably before, but she still had no idea what was coming. Travis dropped to one knee in front of her, pulling a velvet box from his jacket pocket. The moment he opened it, Taylor's breath caught in her throat. Inside was the most dazzling engagement ring she had ever seen, a flawless, sparkling diamond surrounded by smaller stones, a total of $30 million in value. Her eyes immediately filled with tears. She had never expected anything like this. Travis had always been full of surprises, but this was on an entirely different level. "Tay, will you marry me?" Travis asked, his voice shaky with emotion. "I want to spend the rest of my life with you." Taylor stood frozen for a moment, overwhelmed by the gesture, the magnitude of the moment, and the love she felt for him. She wasn't sure if she could even speak. All she could do was nod, tears streaming down her face. "Yes, Travis," she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. "Yes, I will marry you." The moment Travis slipped the ring onto her finger, it was like time itself stood still. The city lights, the soft whispers of the fountain, and the quiet beauty of the park all seemed to fade away as they shared a kiss. One full of promise, love, and a future that now seemed endless. As they embraced, Taylor whispered through her tears, "I never expected this. You've completely stunned me." Travis smiled, brushing a tear from her cheek. "I wanted to surprise you. You deserve the world, Taylor. And I'm going to spend the rest of my life trying to give it to you." The engagement ring, as stunning as it was only a symbol of something far greater, the deep, undeniable connection they shared. In that moment, it wasn't just about the ring or the public spectacle, but about two people who had found something extraordinary in each other. And as the night stretched on, the city's lights seemed to twinkle just a little bit brighter for Taylor and Travis. Their fairy tale was just beginning. Title: The $30 million Surprise, Taylor Swift's Emotional Engagement. It was an evening like no other at the Grand Gala held in the heart of New York City. The air was crisp, and the city lights shimmered like stars on the ground. Taylor Swift, wrapped in a flowing, silver gown, was the star of the event, but she was only there for one person, Travis Kelce. The couple had been making waves across social media for weeks, their whirlwind romance capturing the hearts of millions. Yet, even after all the public attention, no one truly knew what was happening behind closed doors. Taylor was focused on her career, but deep down, she couldn't shake the feeling that something extraordinary was about to happen. That feeling had been growing stronger every day since Travis had proposed the idea of attending the gala together. As the night progressed, the room buzzed with conversation, laughter, and the clinking of champagne glasses. Travis, ever the charmer, stood by Taylor's side, his hand gently resting on the small of her back. His eyes were locked on hers, a knowing smile playing on his lips. He had been planning this moment for months, and now, with the world watching, it was finally time. The crowd began to quiet down as the spotlight shifted toward the couple. The host, a famous talk show personality, stood before them with a glint in their eye. "And now, we have a special announcement. Travis Kelce has something extraordinary to share with his lovely lady tonight," they said, their voice full of excitement. Travis nodded, his gaze never leaving Taylor's. She felt a flutter in her chest. "What's going on?" she whispered, feeling a mix of excitement and nerves. With a deep breath, Travis reached into his pocket and pulled out a small, velvet box. The room fell into silence. Taylor's heart skipped a beat as she watched him slowly open the box, revealing a stunning engagement ring. It was not just any ring, it was a masterpiece, a 30-carat diamond, so large it almost seemed unreal. The stone shimmered in the light like a piece of the night sky. Taylor gasped, her hand instinctively flying to her mouth. "Travis. This is too much," she whispered, her voice trembling. Travis smiled softly, his eyes sparkling with love and devotion. "I don't think there's anything too much when it comes to you, Taylor. You've brought so much light into my life, and I want to give you a future that's just as bright." Tears welled up in Taylor's eyes as the weight of the moment settled in. She had always prided herself on being independent, on carving her own path, but here was this man, who had walked into her life and turned it upside down in the most beautiful way. A wave of emotions crashed over her, joy, gratitude, love, and she couldn't hold back her tears. The crowd, sensing the intensity of the moment, remained silent, giving Taylor the space to process what was happening. She turned to Travis, her voice barely a whisper, "Are you serious? This is real?" Travis nodded, his own eyes slightly misty. "I've never been more serious about anything in my life. Will you marry me, Taylor Swift?" The room erupted into applause, but for a moment, it was just the two of them. Taylor's heart was racing, her mind spinning as she looked at the enormous ring, the man who had captured her heart, and the future they could build together. Through the tears, she nodded. Yes, Travis, yes. The crowd cheered, but all Taylor could see was him, her partner, her love, the man who had just given her a symbol of forever. As he slipped the ring onto her finger, she felt an overwhelming sense of love and vulnerability. This wasn't just about a $30 million ring, it was about the promise of a lifetime together, a bond stronger than anything either of them had ever imagined. In the midst of the celebration, Taylor could only think of one thing: she was finally home.